back to the actual platforming. I'm gonna prefer this a little bit more than the football game. I can't promise I'll do very well, and I apologize for that in advance. I hope you'll understand my dearest and sincerest abilities are going to go into this. Regardless of whatever may happen, I will try my best to hop on these bubbles. I don't know why. Buster is very well equipped to jump on bubbles. He has these adorable little rabbit's feet. If you cut them off, you would successfully be able to be lucky. However, we won't be cutting off rabbit's feet today. Like, you literally don't even have a button option to do that in this fucking game, which is ridiculous. Like, when I see a rabbit, I just want to cut their feet off, even if they're really cute, which they typically are, unless they're one of the ones on the side of the road. But it doesn't matter. This is still a solid game. Nice syrupy-looking bubbles that get dropped out of the Hampton plane. I'm not entirely sure why this game's only 6 levels. It should be significantly more than that. However, it's still good. It's still good. There's just not quite enough to say about the whole thing. You really want to be careful with those balloons, because the first set of them pop, which is kind of dumb, because when you see them, you're immediately going to jump towards them. Maybe I'm just a narcissist, and I assume that I'll be able to be successful, which is clearly misguided, as you can see. But, good lord, just give me the balloons. I just want something to stand on. Don't pop them immediately, that's terrible. That's just fooling children. At that point, what are you doing to yourself, Konami? I don't even understand what Konami's doing. And see, we didn't even need to get that one up, because we've died getting it. It's just a waste. This game is a Mobius strip. It will never end. It just continues circulating everything, but it's still pretty good. Just a run-of-the-mill platformer. Still pretty solid, with lots of vultures and Animaniacs characters. I'm not sure if these guys are from Animaniacs or they're just mean-looking vultures that Konami drew, or perhaps the animators of Animaniacs actually... Animaniacs. I've got Animaniacs on the brain, I'm sorry. Tiny Toons is good, but fuck, I miss Animaniacs. I like that game better than this one. You gotta understand, dog. Animaniacs was a solid experience. This is also pretty good. Just, I didn't play it as a kid, therefore it's not as good. Yeah, that's exactly how that works. This blimp segment, though, kind of reminds me of the area in the train on level 2, where you're just kind of limited in your space. The only problem is actually killing enemies in that amount of space isn't very easy, especially when there's that big group of them. But sometimes when you do your little kick, you land on an enemy, which is just bizarre. Like, the hit detection is, again, quite strange, and that wasn't so much hit detection as me not knowing how to deal with multiple enemies. Oh well. And the blimp pops. Scares the shit out of you. But we're okay now. We'll be fine. A bunch of... whatever. This is a pinball Let me try that again. This is a pinball section, and I was a little, scared to see it, I guess. I didn't know what to expect. You gotta understand, I'm not on the top of my game. You can probably tell, but here we are. This is still plenty of fun. It's just, again, like, a lot of the things in this game just kind of come out of nowhere. They're kind of throwing everything at you, giving you all sorts of different kinds of gameplay, and it's really bizarre. Like, I don't know what the fuck is up with pinball. I like pinball, though. I like it. It's just, I don't know what it's doing in this particular game, and if you wanted to, you could cheese this section by just jumping and dashing up the walls. However, I will not do that. It's cheating according to my rules. So we're not gonna do that. Not today, not any time. We don't have any time for that nonsense. Just get in there, and you'd think there's more pinball stuff, but no, you just gotta bounce yourself up to that. It's kind of dumb. I wish there was more of that pinball stuff. I like it. I don't know. It just feels like a lot of... this game's a lot like your first date with a really beautiful girl, and you're trying to showcase all of your talents and skills, of which I'm sure you have many, my friends, and you're showing her, like, the things that you want her to know about you, but you're nervous, so you're like showing them all off at once, and then keeping them out there for a very small period of time, and it just doesn't really work. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Been on a date since the Bay of Pigs, for fuck's sakes. And speaking of the Bay of Pigs, this section is really difficult. Like, and by that I mean like I die in it a bunch, but the problem is that it's really scary, and the screen's like moving, and I'm really bad at it. You have to make sure to get all those go-go statues, or else you will not make it through this, unless you are, like, stop and think about what you're doing. But that's just the big problem, like, the way that your jump arcs, you might not be able to get. And what the fuck was that about? You see, if you didn't land that exactly how it wanted you to, it's going to scroll the screen upwards, and it's kind of dopey to scroll the screen in general. Like, it pushes it upwards as you're moving, and I mean, that keeps you at a steady pace, yes, but it kills you unfairly if you're not doing it how the game is expecting you to do it. And I'm not saying that that's a complete negative, but when it does it in the way that this does it, where it does it completely regardless of how you're moving, I don't know what I'm talking about. I just don't appreciate it. Scrolling upwards, no matter how fast you're going. That is not something I enjoy personally. And we're on to our bonus game. This will be the final bonus game. And I'm hoping for something interesting to show you. Perhaps some more of that championship squash. Some more fun things coming up. Anything, really. But it's gonna be more Plucky Duck Bingo. And there's really nothing to tell you about this. You know what? No, you know what? I have enough respect for you. Hold on. You guys don't need to watch another goddamn round of Plucky Duck Bingo. There, I got one free life. Doesn't matter. You hit any button, you get your lives. Whatever. Whatever. Doesn't make a difference. It's a complete non-issue. So we're just going to enter our final stage. This is the Duck Vader stage. I don't mean to spoil who's the final villain, but it doesn't really make much of a difference. As long as you've been watching Tiny Toon Adventures, you know that there are only so many villains, and they already shot their load with Montana Max, the ideal character for the final villain. And if they're going to ruin that, then, well, they're simply beyond help. Complete buffoons. If only they had consulted me when I was, whatever, 5 years old or whatever. It doesn't make a difference. It's just, Babs looks like Leia, that's the joke. That's the joke, and it's completely worth... whatever. I don't even know what the joke was. He's just like, oh, she never does things. But that doesn't make a bit of difference, because we're at a pretty cool level. I kind of wish there had been more stages like this, but I don't know. Just, it didn't stick enough to the platform that I liked. The balloon stage was nice, I liked that. The little stormtrooper with vaguely beak-shaped mouths. It's kind of fun, I suppose, but it's just not quite enough. It's still nice. Just, I don't know how to play football, that's my chief concern. And one of these days I'll learn, my friends. Maybe I'll teach myself to play football, and I'll play this game again, and I'll learn to love it. However, you might notice that this stage kind of feels like a finale. I'll give it that. This is a very final feeling stage. Like, the music kind of gives you a foreboding tone, and the enemies all seem to be a little more dangerous than your typical, oh, there's a scorpion or whatever, or the crabs in the background. And now that we got our key, we just gotta duck down, open it up, and watch out, there's still some, I don't know what the fuck that guy was doing. He was going for me, but it didn't work. Alright, you could have gotten that little blue carrot up there if you felt like it. I did not feel like it, as very clearly you can witness. But either way, for some reason that door explodes, probably just for dramatic timing or something. Now in this section, you have to be quite careful, because there's nothing here, except for enemies, and then these big metal things you have to stand in front of. Or behind, technically. Whatever, it doesn't. It really, it don't matter. None of this matters, it don't matter. just gonna stand near these shields in the direct vicinity of, or else that laser will hit us and kill us immediately. I'm lying, it'll only do 1 damage. If it killed us immediately, that wouldn't be very fair, but it'd be kind of interesting. And wouldn't be interesting for me, because that would have just killed me, but whatever. I just was too lazy to get up to that shield. I kind of like Buster gets kind of pissed if you are crouched down for too long as his ears unfurl and he just looks disappointed in you. That's enough of all this laser shield shit. I kind of get the gist. Some of it's just too much of a guessing game for me. Like, sometimes you just can't figure out where the shields are gonna be. And you don't really have enough time to look around and find... Like, here, this is fine. You have plenty of time, but a couple of those earlier, you just didn't have the time. Maybe I'm just being too much of a complainy Janie, but some of this doesn't feel quite so much as fun little platforming, just some time eating, like this section with the bowling ball. You have to get it to go up and down and up and down, and I don't know if this was them waving their graphics dicks around saying, look, we could do this thing with gravity, but this really doesn't even feel that different. Like, this feels like this could have been an NES title, you know? I mean, it's graphically pretty and everything like that, but aside from the mini-games that really just look like they could fit on an Atari cartridge, it's not that amazing. I suppose I'm just a little spoiled by more accurate SNES titles like ActRaiser and Super Mario World and Yoshi's Island and stuff like that, and the Donkey Kong Country games. But, again, this is just nice run-of-the-mill. Definitely not worth picking up when it was new, but... Oh, a hard course, huh? Well, I don't like things that are tough, but I like things that are easy. But to be fair, I've been a little cheap in this game, like I am in every game, so I'll take the hard course. Now this is the one thing that I could say is the best part of the game, is when they just beat the shit out of you with bats when you're in the drum. That's very funny to me, and almost worth the price of admission. Which is free, because I didn't actually buy this game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just couldn't do that to myself. Why? I'm cheap. But it doesn't matter. As you can see, you hit the stars, and they drop the stars, like so. And you hit the go-go statue, and it increases your speed, but if you hit out, then you're out. And then the barrel drops on you, and you can still avoid it, as I've kind of shown you, like, just jump to the other end of the room, and they won't fall on you. But we're in the final room. By the way, the difference between the easy and hard course is minimal. You just get more stars if you take the hard course, kind of. It doesn't make much difference. And if you die on the hard course, then you can take the easy course, or vice versa, if for some reason you die on the easy course. But it's just a similar setup. You just have fewer barrels and more go-go statues. They don't even get you to a separate room, which kind of sucks. That'd be nice. And for some reason, we just flew through like 6 Pluckies with giant brains. They look an awful lot like the Mars Attacks aliens, but maybe that's just me. It's still an okay level, just only a couple enemies kind of decrease the variety, make it not quite as fun. It's a shame, but that's just my view of it anyway. I still like the kind of bouncing ball thing, but again, everything just... they don't do enough with the gimmicks in the game. I just feel kind of sad for this game. There feel like so many things it could do better, and just doesn't even go far. Like, you can kick the ball. Maybe, like, do a little game of kickball or something. I don't know. Poor game. I just want to give it a hug and tell it's gonna be okay. Just try harder next time, buddy, you know? Sadly, the video game company Konami finally fell into disrepair after trying to make this game work. I'm very sorry. I know that many people enjoy Konami, but poor fools just had to go bankrupt after only a few people bought this game. But now we got this little cutscene, and Duck Vader is going to explain to us that this is, I guess, a serious thing, and we should stop taking this game as a lighthearted romp through a childhood classic, and we have to do whatever. I don't know, just, come on, this really isn't necessary. I think we all can agree. This storyline is just kind of, I guess it's a cute attempt, but I had to cut a death there, sorry for the clumsy editing. But the way you fight him is you just kick him off the back of his laser and kick him into the path of the laser. You have to kick the laser... You have to do a lot of laser kicking, as you might have inferred from my sentence structure. But you just have to kick him into it, or you can kick the laser around so that it rotates and actually hits the moron. But Duck Vader's not that hard. He's really pretty easy to deal with. I'm not great at fighting him. And there's a particular reason I cut that death, not just because it was embarrassing, you'll see. I only cut this death because something special happened. But otherwise it's an okay fight, just sometimes the lasers, it's hard to kick him because of the way the graphics go. You kind of get caught on the laser sometimes, it's just kind of annoying. But it's still... I guess it's a nice boss. It's not a very good final boss. It doesn't feel very climactic. When I did this, I was kind of surprised it ended. But that's just me, I suppose. And we're all done. Looks like we blew his head off. It's kind of gruesome for a children's cartoon game, but I don't make them, dog. I just play them. But thankfully, we have saved the princess. It was a long time coming, but she's finally alive. Even though, I mean, she was clearly fine. She wasn't in much danger. The duck captured her. It's not that big of a deal, but she's okay now, and she will offer us a beautiful kiss for being such wonderful, powerful warriors of space. Speaking of, man, I think Buster, what fucking, I don't know. Who's this guy? Donald Duck really could have used a spacesuit in this game. It would have looked funny on his stupid head, but now he just doesn't even want to kiss the girl. But I hope you've enjoyed Donald Duck Loose, but I just want to say I've been playing on the normal difficulty, and I don't think it's fair to just say, hey guys, I hope you like normal, there's nothing in hard mode, because there is a change in hard mode. The credits are completely different, kind of. And I will show you the hard mode credits, not the normal mode. That's not fair. It's too easy, you know? I actually played through hard mode, and I'll show you the incredible credits. You couldn't even believe them with your own eyes. Just watch. Look, it's the stages, but there's characters in them. Isn't that insane? Well, in the original credits, it's just black with the blue text of the credits, and that kind of sucks, but it doesn't matter. It's something, I guess. It's some little reason to go back and play it. This was SNES era. They're not gonna do anything new. They're not gonna, I don't know, just give you cheat codes or give you another character. I don't think it's that hard to do, but maybe I'm just stupid and I don't understand how the world works. That's possible. But I guess I just expect a lot out of games after playing things like Hail to the Chimp and Ninja Bread Man, I'm sorry. Very fun games. Definitely pick both of them up. And I like this little thing, where it's not just the character standing still, it's actually like Sneezer sneezes furball away. That's cute. That's a start. That's better than fucking just this, where they're just standing there like, yeah, that is characters in the stage that I was in. Amazing, I know. But I appreciate them thanking me, that's very nice of them. They didn't have to do that. But thank you for watching, and I hope you kind of enjoyed. I know I've been a little wishy-washy on this commentary, but I'll at least try and make it up to you with one special thing at the end. A not-so-fun run against Duck Vader. And you'll see quite why I didn't enjoy this. Just things are going okay. Really, iTunes, would you like to update? Okay, well, we'll just move you out of the way, and yeah, this run's not gonna work. God damn it. Whatever. Whatever. But obviously I was off my game a bit at this point, but really just what I want to say is thank you for sticking with me. I've been trying to kind of make this one work. I know I didn't have a whole lot to say about it, and I had to re-record the commentary. There were some audio glitches, so if you're watching this for the second time, sorry about that, but I appreciate your patience with me. I've just been having a few things going on. Have a good one, guys, and thanks for all the support. And thank you for all the fuck, I don't know. This game was hard.